Why am I always out of cash? I am owing so much already. It's just too much for me.
Hello?
Listen up, Mrs. Hopkins. I'm done being patient with you, and I'm serious. You have 24 hours to pay me up. This is your last chance.
Are you overtaken by debts? Maybe your creditors are calling one after another to put you under unprecedented pressure, and you have no hope of getting the money anytime soon. In a world where unexpected events happen randomly, it is not out of place to be caught off guard in a financial stress. Many people across the world are currently facing the same challenge. But here is a piece of good news for you. There is a solution.
My name is Fiona Phillip, and I am your presenter for today's class, which focuses on 48 hours quick funding strategy for $20,000 contingencies or debts repayment. The preceding drama, which you saw a few seconds ago, was meant to portray a debtor. But in just seconds away, you will see how the strategy used in this lesson will produce same result for persons needing up to $20,000 to fix any urgent financial needs. So this lesson is for anyone who is sincerely in dire need of emergency funding up to $20,000 within 48 hours, maybe to save a life, or provide a much-needed financial intervention in order to stop a situation from going wrong. The lesson is coming to you from Weekly Achievers AI class, and it's free. Based on tested experiments, the strategy adopted in this lesson is most effective when deployed on weekends and should not be used by the same person regularly. This is a caveat. Welcome to Weekly Achievers AI class. Please listen carefully. This lesson contains life-changing exercises which are short and easy. You are advised to participate and share your experience in the comment area. That will help class administrators to know if you need special help. In a matter of seconds away, you are about to turn a new leaf, especially if you are in debt or have an urgent need to the tune of $20,000. Weekly Achievers AI class is a YouTube channel where skills and common sense are taught to every learner. Our lessons are free. If you're here because a friend or colleague requested an invite for you, we're glad you came. If you are here all by yourself, thanks for stopping by. In the end, if you find this information useful, please be generous enough to request or recommend an invitation for someone in your circle who might find it equally useful. Now let's get to the business of the day. The following information is expository in nature. Keep your ears open and pay attention to every word you hear. Don't be interrupted or distracted by anything around you, and don't interrupt this lesson. Happy learning, and good luck.
Lesson 1. 48 hours quick funding strategy for $20,000 contingencies or debt repayment. Lesson starts now.
Emergency could strike when you least expect it. And you might be caught off guard when it comes calling. Finding a reliable strategy to bring in sufficient fund for contingency use is not a bad idea. And that is what this lesson wants to achieve. It doesn't matter if you obtained personal loans that have surpassed your repayment capacity, or you're facing an unexpected emergency. Don't be ashamed and don't sink into depression either. Whatever put you in that crisis is irrelevant. This class is all about solutions. Raising a reasonable amount of money within 48 hours in order to get out of debt or solve an urgent need is a tricky game. One that you must play by certain rules. Especially if you don't have a steady source of income that is sufficient for the need on ground. If that is your situation, then you have no better option than to get smart at playing this tricky game. It is safe and it works all the time and very legitimate too. So stop the tears. Stop the fear. Pull yourself out of depression. And get seated as the revelation unfolds. You will agree with me that there are laid down rules guiding every game known to humanity. It is needless to say that winning in any game requires superior strategies than the ones used by your opponents. So, the next few seconds will reveal the unbroken strategies required to raise the money. But just before that happens, let's bring a better illustration to the table. Just so you don't ask too many questions afterwards. Think of the game of football. Each team has 11 players, and every action of each of the players on the football pitch is guided by the rules of the game. For example, each team must be easily identified by their jersey. The players cannot be in mufti, and that is a rule. Any team hoping to win in the game of soccer must play by these rules. In addition, the team must have its own strategy, and the strategy must not go against the rules of the game. Using debt as the primary basis for illustration, there are two teams involved. Team number 1. The defensive team, which is the lender or creditor. And team number 2. The offensive team, which is the debtor. You must use superior strategies to win in this game. Please get your writing materials ready, and write down the unfolding strategies for raising up to $20,000 in just 48 hours. Lesson continues after this message.
Why am I always out of cash? I am owing so much already. It's just too much for me.
Hello?
Listen up, Mrs. Hopkins. I'm done being patient with you, and I'm serious. You have 24 hours to pay me up. This is your last chance.
Are you overtaken by debts? Maybe your creditors are calling one after another to put you under unprecedented pressure, and you have no hope of getting the money anytime soon. In a world where unexpected events happen randomly, it is not out of place to be caught off guard in a financial stress. people across the world are currently facing the same challenge. But here is a piece of good news for you. There is a solution.
You are welcome back. The following are strategies for raising up to $20,000 in 48 hours when you are sincerely in dire need. Strategy number 1. Create an e-payment account and link it to your bank account. A link that someone can click to make payment to you. It is important to make sure that the e-payment service you subscribe to accepts payment from major debit or credit cards around the world. Strategy number 2. If you don't have any, create an email account. This will serve as your major point of contact on the internet. Strategy number 3. This strategy is a big deal. It is a simple exercise that you must do. It requires a question, and the strategy itself is in your answer to the question. Please, carry out this exercise sincerely. The question goes like this. What is the easiest and most useful service or product that you can offer to others in exchange for money? And what is the shortest possible time it will take you to do it without feeling stressed out? I repeat. What is the easiest and most useful service or product that you can offer to others in exchange for money? And what is the shortest possible time it will take you to do it without feeling stressed out? Here is a follow-up question to that. Will your schedule allow you to provide the service or product to consumers every day? Your answers to these questions should be short, capturing everything you intend to explain in one sentence. Now, write down your answers. If you fancy being a producer of goods, much more than being a service provider, then come up with your list of product ideas and work with that. The following examples are intended to suggest service ideas that can be easily monetized without stressing you out. A. Snapping high-definition pictures and selling them to content creators. Only smartphones with good camera can be used for the implementation of this idea. B. Recording high-definition video clips and selling them to content creators. Again, only smartphones with good camera can be used for the implementation of this idea. C. Converting written scripts into audio and carrying out voiceovers using your own natural voice. Here you don't need smartphone with good camera, you only require a quiet environment for recording. In addition to that, you should be able to clearly pronounce words. D. Creating textual contents for content creators. E. Providing premium graphic designs for consumers of such services. F. Providing data analysis to those in need of it. G. Making reliable sports prediction to persons interested in betting. H. Teaching some of your skills to others remotely. I. To offer online marketing consultancy services to those in need of it. J. Teaching sports to kids in your neighborhood. The list is endless, but let's stop here for now. Take this exercise seriously. If you do it well, your results will be quite rewarding. At this point, you are sure of what you can offer in exchange for cash. Next thing is to generate a compelling campaign around your offer. Strategy number 4. Generate a compelling campaign template. The campaign should be so compelling, such that almost anyone will be persuaded to patronize you because of the compelling nature of the campaign. The following is a template you may find useful. Hi, my name is Fiona Phillip. I need some urgent cash to prevent an emergency situation from going wrong. I would not send you this message if I was not desperately in need. For $50 only, I will do blah 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 for you so I can fix the situation in 48 hours from now. Please help. Thanks. The message must be very touching, such that if recipients don't need what you sell, they will still buy it because of the level of emotion with which the message was communicated. Adding your picture or video in the campaign is a great strategy as well. Strategy number 5. Talk to your friends about your planned outreach. Call and explain to them that you have a financial need of about $20,000 and you have only 48 hours to raise the money to prevent the situation from going wrong. If they ask for more details, please be generous in providing them with sufficient information. Tell them you don't want to put the burden on them but wish to raise the money by making an offer. Inform them about the idea you wish to flag as an offer. Tell them about the message you've composed and request that they assist you in sharing your appeal with their contacts. Let them know that it is not a scam by promising to be transparent on how much you raise. As you share this with each of your selected contacts, pay attention to the feedback you get. Anyone who gives you an affirmative feedback should make it to your shortlist. The names on your shortlist are members of your campaign team. At the end of the day, the contacts on your shortlist should not be less than 10 persons, otherwise, keep reaching out to more people in your circles. If anyone declines being part of it, please respect the person's decision. Express profound gratitude to those who volunteer to share your appeal, and do not ask them to give you telephone numbers or email addresses of persons in their phone book. That way, they will retain the trust they have in you. This is very important. Your team members are to make your appeal go viral in their circles of confidence. Those who would have ignored your campaign may patronize you because of the person sharing it. It's easier for confidants to respond to an emotional appeal shared by a member in their circle. Now that you've created your campaign template and successfully built your campaign team, it's time to move to the next strategy. Strategy number 6. In this strategy, all you have to do is pull the trigger. The way to do it is to send the message to all your shortlisted contacts first, then send to the remaining contacts afterwards. Send the message using formats such as electronic mail, mobile message service, short message service, and social media. There are golden rules to follow in order to achieve the kind of massive success recorded from past experiments carried out in preparation for this class. Golden rule number 1. The experiment must be carried out on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. If success is what you hope for, then it is recommended that you make it a weekend experiment. Golden rule number 2. Once the appeal has been sent out, the exercise must never be repeated, whether or not it was successful. Repeating it will be perceived as spamming and will activate scam alert on the mind of the recipients, raising doubts. This lesson disapproves spamming. Golden rule number 3. The message must be sent latest 3 hours before the commencement of working hours in your country. Now let me explain. Although this is a weekend experiment, you are to pretend as if you were doing it during weekdays. So, timing is crucial here. This means if most offices and shops in your country open by 9 a.m., the exercise must be carried out before 6 a.m. This rule must never be broken. Don't send the message in the afternoon. Don't send it in the evening either. In fact, don't send it any time you like in the morning. It is not yet clear why the highest successes were achieved with campaigns that were sent 3 hours to the commencement of working hours. A total of 336 experiments were carried out, and 84 of those campaigns were sent 3 hours to the commencement of working hours. Another 84 appeals were sent out at latter hours of the morning. In the afternoon of same day, 84 campaigns were made by 84 volunteers to their contacts. In the evening of the same day, a different set of 84 volunteers were selected to take part in the last batch of the experiment. This experiment was repeated in 12 countries. All 84 appeals made 3 hours to the commencement of working hours received successful response in all 12 countries. The least of them raised $57,000 in 48 hours. Others failed woefully, with some volunteers being called several names. So, you can see? Timing is very important in this game. Here is a little warning for you. This experiment may seem like something you ought to know by yourself, and you may likely trivialize it. But you will be greatly impressed the moment you try it. With the preceding exercise carefully carried out, sit back, watch and record the result. You may even receive calls. If you do, respond nicely. Don't give away too much detail. With this experiment, it is possible to raise more than $20,000 if your friends shared your appeal. Spend the remaining 30 days delivering your offer to those who patronized you. Remember to be thankful to every patron. In the end, you will realize a large amount of money. Use it to pay your debt or fix the challenge that prompted the appeal. From repeated experiments with different persons across 12 countries, this exercise works 96% of the time. It's a great way to raise money faster when you need it most. People have experimented with this strategy and ended up with as much as $120,000. This is a proven fact. A lot of people go through financial constraint and are too shy to share them. So they silently drown in depression. Share this information with family and friends. You may never know whose life you're saving. Thank you for participating in today's class. I am sure some crucial information have been communicated to you. If you have enjoyed this lesson, please request an invitation to someone you care about and subscribe to this channel for notifications on subsequent classes. Share your experience with the class. From Weekly Achievers AI class, this is wishing you good luck. And don't miss the next class. Learn to be successful every week of your life. Learn it for free with Weekly Achievers AI class.